Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of identifying functions. This is standard 8.5G in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 19 of the 2021 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got 4 different sets of ordered pairs, and we are just looking for a function. Unfortunately, function is not defined for us. It's not on our mathematics chart. So we need to go ahead and take a look at what a function is, and that is when we have one input, mathematical relationship in which one input leads to one output. So what does that mean in regards to variables? Well, our input is always our independent variable. And so our independent variable for the past few years, we traditionally start with an x. It doesn't always have to be an x, but that's just kind of what we use. And so that independent variable, that x, always leads to our dependent variable. And so our dependent variable depends on what we do to that x. And so we will add, multiply, subtract, use fractions, and we will do all kinds of things to that x. We will end up with our dependent variable of y. So 1x leads to 1y. That's all we're looking for as a function, when 1x leads to 1y. So we can just look side to side. I always prefer, when we're looking at these sets right here, I want to look at them vertically. 0, 0.5. So if we look at them vertically, you can kind of see whether we have any problems. So 0, 0.5, we got a lot of decimals here. 2, 1.5, I've got negative 5.5 goes with 5. And then I've got negative 5.5 going with 6. And here is my problem. We said we're looking for 1x leading to 1y. But take a look at that right there. I've got my negative 5.5. Can land you 2 different spots. It can land you at either a 5 or a negative 6. And that is not a function, because that negative 5.5 should only land you in one spot, either 5 or negative 6, not both. So that's what we're looking for. We're just looking for a set that doesn't repeat its x. So I've got 5, negative 7. I've got 3, negative 7, looking good so far, negative 9.2, negative 7, and then I've got 9.2, negative 7. Wow. Well, this is an interesting one. Take a look. There's no x's that are repeating. 5, 3, negative 9.2, and positive 9.2. But they all go to that same negative 7. So 5, 3, negative 9.2, 9.2. And they all go to this negative 7. And guess what? That's fine. I'm only looking to see if each x leads to just one y. Doesn't matter if all of those y's happen to be the exact same. A 5 leads to its own y. A 3 leads to its own y. A negative 9.2 and a positive 9.2, they each lead to their own y, negative 7. What you can't have is this right here. This x, like negative 5.5, going to 2 separate y's. Each x needs to lead to one y. Doesn't have to be a different y, but just one y. So let's look at C. So 9.3, negative 1. 7.3, negative 2. Yep, 7.3. See that problem right there? We can just stop right there. That 7.3 is repeating. So I've got 8.1 going to 9. 9.1 going to 10. 10.1 going to 9. Look good so far. Right at the end. 9.1. So this 9.1 can lead to either a 10 or an 8. And that is that problem. So my answer here is B.